All right, so we just got an update from Nikita himself. I've been gone all day. Sorry, I was really far away from my mic. I've been gone all day. I haven't really been keeping up with what's going on today. I've just been kind of doing life, and I was hoping that I'd come home to some good news, and I did not. So they made a post on Reddit, of course, Reddit of all places, 11 hours ago. I am just now seeing this, so we're going to go through it together. I read a little bit of it, but decided that I wanted to make a video, so here we go. So yeah, from Nikita himself, and this is update on current situation. Hello again. Let me clarify the situation in a little more detail regarding owners of the EOD version and access to the cooperative mode and also other issues. First of all, PvE game mode. This is not DLC. DLC, in our understanding, is the major additions to the game, including various functionality and content that are released after the official release of the game as a themed DLC pack. Scav Life DLC, for example, which will add a lot of new mechanics and content for the Scav gameplay and leveling. So basically what they're saying here, cooperative mode is not DLC, and their understanding is major additions to the game are DLC. I just failed to realize how adding a completely new game mode that further splits the player base is not a major addition to the game. I don't understand what the thought process here is, and it just makes no sense to me. But we're going to move on. Secondly, this specific functionality of the PvE mode is necessarily located entirely on a separate network infrastructure because essentially you play on our servers only in closed mode. At this stage, it is not possible to launch all players who are EOD holders. Right now, we simply do not have the required amount of resources for this. So out of everything that's happened in the last few days, this is the only thing that they've said that like is actually logical and makes sense in terms of them saying we can't give it to EOD because we don't have enough servers or the resources or whatever. I'm not saying that, you know, this is right. I'm just saying now we're starting to understand a little bit more of like why this is happening, right? Basically, they're saying we can't give it to EOD because we don't have the resources and the servers. We don't have the means to allow you to play it for free, so we're not going to give it to you for free. So the problem here is they need money in order to run the PvE mode. I mean, obviously they have to have servers because it's co-op, so they need money in order for anybody to play this. You're not going to get it for free. You have to pay money to play it. Bottom line, okay? At least now, like, it's starting to make sense. Not saying it's good, but it's starting to make sense. We observe your dissatisfaction and have decided that the functionality of the PvE mode will be available for free to all owners of the EOD version at the release of the game, when the server infrastructure will be improved to the required capacity. So now they're saying if you have EOD and you want to play the PvE mode for free without paying for it, you will have to wait until the full game is released. The problem is we don't know when the full game is going to be released. We might have like a time frame that they may have said in the past, but we don't know. How are you going to tell us that we'll get it for free or we'll get what we paid for when the game releases when we don't even know when it releases? Like, we don't have a timeline to be like, okay, well, now I know, like, if I want to play it free, I have to wait until June of 2025, right? We don't have that. So again, all of this, they're digging themselves into a deeper hole. So moving on, now you have the opportunity to test this mode by purchasing the Unheard Edition of the game or upgrade to this version. We also decided to give a 50% discount when upgraded to the Unheard Edition from the EOD version. So if you jump over to the website, you'll see that the Unheard is now only 50 if you have EOD. So we are taking a step in the right direction. They've lowered the price. Like, it's still stupid. It's still dumb, but you know, they've taken a step. They've taken a baby step. We're looking for a fucking long jump here, dude, like a 12-13 footer, and they just put like a 2-month-old baby step into the progress here, right? So I mean, we're starting to get closer, but we are nowhere near there yet. I mean, I'm still not gonna buy this. I'm not gonna pay an extra $50. I know I've said repeatedly that I'm kind of on the sidelines and I'm not picking sides here or anything like that, but I'm getting to the point where, you know, it's not about picking sides. It's about standing up for what is right and what all of the people who play your game and bought EOD were promised. You promised them that they would never have to spend another dollar on this game, and now if they want certain features, they have to spend another dollar. That's the point of what people are mad about. That's why people are upset, rightfully so. You promised them something and now you are not delivering, right? Okay, so next they say we plan to send one free, so this is for all the people who already bought it at the extra $100, right? If they had EOD 2 days ago, if they bought the Unheard Edition, they spent $100, right? We plan to send one free Left Behind Edition key to everyone who has already upgraded to Unheard Edition at the old price from the EOD version. So every single one of you that had EOD and spent $100 to upgrade to Unheard, instead of getting $50 back, you're gonna get a Left Behind Edition key to the game. My question is, what the fuck are they supposed to do with that? They already own the game. They already have EOD. They already have the highest version of the game, right? They've paid for Unheard. They have the highest version of the game. And your solution is, let's give them a Left Behind Edition key. So they can do what? Go to their friend and say, hey, here's a free key to play Tarkov. And then their friend looks at him and goes, I'm not playing that shit. Do you see everything that's going on with that game right now? And the developers like, what the fuck? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, give them their $50 back. BSG has lost a lot of trust with their community, but if they would have refunded people $50, that would have been a couple steps in the right direction, right? You know, we're doing the long jump here. That wouldn't have been a baby step. That would have been a couple steps, right? We would have gotten closer. But instead of refunding people $50, they're gonna give them a key to a lower edition of the game that they're gonna be able to do fuck all with. Moreover, so that any player of any version of the EFT can have the opportunity to test the PvE mode, we want to add the ability to purchase a separate early access to this mode. For EOD owners, there will be a 70% discount on the purchase of early access to PvE. It would be interesting to hear your thoughts on this idea. Well, my thoughts on this idea are it fucking sucks. If you want to play PvE, you have 3 different options. The bottom line is, if you want to play PvE, you got to spend money because they need your money to pay for the servers so that you can actually play it. So there's no way to get what is owed to you or get it for free or whatever you want to call it. There's no way to do that until the game fully releases, and we don't know when that is. So your only options are to wait until the game releases, or spend the $50 to go ahead and upgrade right now, or wait until they add the PvE mode as a separate purchase, and you will get a 70% discount on that. Okay, so I've rambled a lot, but basically, they end it by saying, next, regarding special items for the Unheard version, we plan to make a restrictive or balancing changes for these items. This is it for now. Please share your thoughts. Thank you. And people are 100% sharing their thoughts, and they are still pissed. Rightfully so. Oh, dude. So, yeah. I mean, it's still a mess. They are nowhere close to where this whole situation needs to be. They're nowhere close. If you can't afford to run the PvE mode without having money from every player who plays it, then you just should have never done it to begin with. That's my thoughts. I mean, it could have went a bunch of different ways. Obviously, this whole thing would have been better if they went about it the right way. They just have not. Up until this point, they have not done the right thing or went about this the right way, and it's disappointing. I don't know what they could do to win everybody back, and they probably won't win everybody back because for some people this was like the last straw. So I don't want to sit here and ramble too much. That's my thoughts on this whole new shit going on. If you guys have any thoughts, be sure to leave them down below. Let's have some conversations. The past few videos have been decent. There's, of course, been 1 or 2 fucking dumbasses down in the comments that just can't help themselves. And, you know, it is what it is. But for the most part, the conversations have been great. It's been nice hearing what you guys think. So I'm just at a loss for words at this point. I'm holding on to hope, but the hope is slowly fading. And if they keep making updates, I will be sure to make videos and let you guys know what's going on. Right now, I don't feel like I can put out my normal content because people are so pissed and like hardly anybody's playing the game. So there's no point in me doing normal content right now. I'm just gonna make updates for the time being until this is either resolved or it's not resolved, and maybe, you know, I find some other game to play. I don't know what's gonna happen. Just know if you want updates from me, I'm gonna keep providing them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope everybody's doing all right. I appreciate everybody who has been here and has supported me and decides to have conversations with me. I like talking to you guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.